Good day, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that we've all experienced: being ignored. It's a feeling that cuts deep, doesn't it? When someone overlooks your efforts, your presence, or your potential, it can sting like nothing else. But let me tell you this, when they ignore you, it hurts, yes, but it's also a sign. And that's where the story truly begins. Let's think about the life of one of the greatest actors of our time, Denzel Washington, a man who, at one point in his life, was just another face in the crowd. A man who was once rejected, overlooked, and doubted. But today, we don't just recognize him as an actor, we see him as a symbol of perseverance, dedication, and faith in one's purpose. His journey is proof that being ignored isn't the end of your story, it's just the beginning of a new chapter. Let's not sugarcoat it. Being ignored hurts, whether it's at work, in relationships, or in your dreams. It feels like a personal rejection. It makes you question your worth, your capabilities, and even your identity. You start wondering, what am I doing wrong, or am I even good enough? But let me tell you something profound. Pain has a purpose. Every rejection, every oversight, every closed door is not a period, it's a comma. It's not the end, it's a pause for you to gather strength, refocus, and prepare for what's next. Take Denzel Washington as an example. Early in his career, he was told he wasn't good enough. Casting directors ignored his talent. But did he let that stop him? No. He turned that pain into purpose. He worked harder, trained relentlessly, and believed in his calling. So the next time you feel the sting of being ignored, remind yourself pain is temporary, but purpose is eternal. Here's the twist: when they ignore you, it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a sign that you're on the right path. It's a sign that you're doing something different, something bold, something that shakes the status quo. Think about it. Mediocrity rarely gets ignored. It's the people who challenge the norm, who dare to dream bigger, who often face the cold shoulder. Why? Because greatness is intimidating. Your ambition might make others uncomfortable. Your drive might highlight their lack of effort. Your vision might scare those who lack the courage to dream. Denzel once said, do what you have to do what you want to do. When people ignore you, it's often because they don't understand your journey. And guess what? They don't have to. Your purpose is your own. It's not up for debate, and it doesn't need validation from anyone else. So how do you turn the pain of being ignored into the power to succeed? If there's one thing we can learn from Denzel Washington, it's the importance of self-belief. When no one else claps for you, clap for yourself. When no one else sees your potential, look in the mirror and remind yourself of who you are. Self-belief is the foundation of every success story. It's what kept Denzel going when doors were slammed in his face. It's what will keep you going when the world seems to overlook you. When they ignore you, work in silence. Let your results speak for themselves. Success is the loudest response to doubt. Remember, Denzel didn't become a legend overnight. He put in years of work, often behind the scenes, honing his craft until the world had no choice but to take notice. The same applies to you. Keep showing up, keep giving your best, even when no one's watching, because one day they'll see what you've been building all along. Being ignored is often a test of your commitment to your dreams. Will you give up because someone didn't notice you? Or will you stay true to your vision no matter what? Denzel Washington is a man of faith, and he often talks about the power of having a vision. He says, dream big, but have goals. Understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. When you have a clear vision, the opinions of others become irrelevant. Every time someone ignores you, use it as fuel to push harder. Let it motivate you to prove them wrong, not out of spite, but out of a desire to fulfill your potential. Denzel Washington once said, you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud, the rejection, the pain. It's all part of the process. Embrace it and let it drive you to greater heights. One of the most inspiring things about Denzel Washington is his unwavering faith. He often speaks about how his faith in God has guided him through life's challenges. When people ignored him, he leaned on his faith. He trusted that his path was already written and that every setback was a setup for a comeback. When you're feeling ignored, turn to faith and gratitude. Believe that there's a higher plan for your life. And instead of focusing on what you lack, be grateful for what you have. Gratitude shifts your perspective and helps you see the bigger picture. Let me remind you of this: being ignored is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their inability to see your value. But here's the good news: your breakthrough is coming. Denzel Washington's breakthrough came after years of hard work and rejection. He didn't let the opinions of others define him. And because of his perseverance, he became one of the most respected actors in the world. Your breakthrough might not come today or tomorrow, but it will come. And when it does, all those moments of being ignored will make sense. They'll become part of the story. You tell a story of resilience, determination, and triumph. So, my friends, the next time they ignore you, let it hurt, but don't let it break you. Let it be a sign that you're on the right path, a sign that you're meant for something greater, a sign that your story is far from over. Remember, every great success story begins with a moment of doubt, a moment of being overlooked, a moment of pain. But what sets the greats apart is their ability to rise above it all. Denzel Washington rose. You can rise too. Keep believing, keep working, and keep pushing forward, because one day the world won't be able to ignore you. And when that day comes, you'll look back and realize that the pain was worth it, that the journey was necessary, and that every rejection was just a stepping stone to your greatness. Thank you.